Oh wow, okay, welcome to the latest video. This is the latest Leviathan kit review video. These are probably the ones, other than the Screamer Killer, these are probably my most excited for. The models that I'm most excited for from the Leviathan box, for the Tyranids at least. The Von Ryan's Leapers, and I'm saying this a lot, but again, the detail that they are getting into these models at the moment is phenomenal, and I'm really enjoying the kind of the scale and slenderness. It reminds me of how they did the Imperial Guard recently. Like the lasguns on the Imperial Guard were so kind of small and in scale with the models. It was fantastic. They weren't kind of like heroic scale guns, and these insane claws and kind of arm appendages. I mean, this one's incredible. I mean, they're all incredible. They're all really cool. Anyway, I'm very, very excited to kind of to build these and get these up. Thank you very much to Games Workshop for shipping these over to me to preview. And I am. Oh, I've just caught a one of my Necrons up there. We'll move him out of the way. I don't want the Necron coming into this video. So thank you very much to Games Workshop for sending me these kits and the box over to preview for you all. I am trying to do a kit review. I think that's only fair for all the models, or as many models as I can from the box whenever they send me models. So we are doing the Von Ryan's Leapers. I think which one is your favourite? I think this is probably my favourite pose. That one's a close second, maybe. He's got a bit of a torso twist going on, so it should really be that one, shouldn't it? I think that's probably my favourite. So we will build this one. This is the one we're going to build. I will 100,000,000% transfer my Screamer Killer colour scheme onto a Von Ryan's Leaper. And I really hope. I mean, this is just giving me. It's just giving me hope that they are going to do new Hormagaunts as well, because Hormagaunts with this kind of scything talon coming over the top of their heads would be phenomenal. They're so good. I'm incredibly excited to assemble these ones. So we want to do the torso twist one, which is, I believe, this one here. I think it's this one here. So yeah, so we need 10, 11, 12, all the way up to 18, 19. There we go. So there's 9 parts to it. I don't think. Again, looking at these, I don't think any of them are going to be particularly difficult or tricky to trim out. I would always, so these big claws here, I would take that little claw, I would clip that one out, use the very, very tip. The further up, when you're using your clippers, by the way, the further up the blades that you go, the more it's going to distort, because the kind of the thicker the blades are there. So I always try and use the ends if you can, if you're doing something delicate like this. So I would use just the ends just to clip that talon out there, and then that releases any pressure from that as we're clipping the rest out. And probably the same with this bit here. I think this is his. I think that's his mouth. It's only held on with 2 that were there, so that's not that much of an issue. There's another little claw here as well. There's actually 2 on this one, so I would cut these little claws out, clip these little claws out first, just to avoid any undue stress. The only reason I'm doing that, just to explain, if I cut this bit out here, as I'm cutting it, it's going to be pushing the whole part that way, because it's quite a large gate down here. So as I cut it, you see the whole gate moves, and it actually moved this claw a little bit. So if I had to cut those claws out, it would have put a bit of pressure on those and might have damaged them. But let's get one of these cut out. So we need 10 to 19, isn't it? So 19 is this bit here. So we should be somewhere around here. Anyway, we're going to build this one up, and we'll clip it out, build it up, and we'll come back afterwards, and you can see me being incredibly excited by a new Von Ryan Leaper with this insane claw. I want more of these, because I want to convert and put these claws on something else. I don't know what model, but like some Tyranid somewhere just needs like 8 of these. I just want to do like a big spider with 8 of these claws. Oh, they're so cool. Right, anyway, enough of me. Enough. Before we get into this, please drop me a subscribe. I'm doing this every single time Games Workshop send me a kit to review. It's very, very kind of them. So I thought the least I can do is do a review for you at least. I will be painting one of these ones up in my new Tyranid colour scheme, so that's going to be exciting. But until then, let's get on with a build. So let's get going. Wow. I don't know whether there's any other superlative that works for this. This is just super cool. Now, yeah. Okay, so first off, I want to say a big well done to Games Workshop for the pegs, because this is one of the first models with push fit, which I haven't cut the pegs off. I usually cut them off because the pegs usually kind of intrude and stop, prevent the models, the parts joining together fully, and you can sometimes like there's a bit too much friction and too much. It just stops the parts going together, so you end up with like gaps everywhere. However, the pegs and the holes in this one are much looser a fit, and with a little bit of glue they slot in absolutely beautifully. So yeah, well done to Games Workshop for the pegs. I might try a few of the Space Marines without clipping the pegs off now after this one, because this actually went together an absolute dream, and look how cool it is. They're absolutely amazing. This, after building this and seeing this model, I'm like, this is even more of a hope that they do the new Hormigants as well, and then obviously the scale up from this, because this is a Hormigant genome. Is it the genome? Parts of the Tyranid gene species. You have a Hormigant species, which then goes up into the von Ryan Leapers, and then goes even further to the Lictors. So I would absolutely adore an army of Hormigant genome Tyranids. I think that would look phenomenal, especially with these guys. So I will probably grab myself another set of these to build up, so I can have 6 of them, because they look so cool. They look so cool. And then, fingers crossed, we get some Hormigants, and then double fingers crossed, we get new Lictors, because, imagine this at like, I don't know, what, like 50% bigger again? Like, if it was just like, would fill the screen that big, it would be amazing. Absolutely amazing. Or even bigger, like just go all balls to the wall and go absolutely huge. Just make a massive one of these. Yeah, they're really good. And like I was saying in the intro, the scale of everything seems to have just been pushed up a little bit further with Games Workshop recently. And by scale, I mean the proportions and the scale of like the blades and everything. So rather than being chunky and like oversized, if you like, these ones, and the same with the Termagants. And like I said earlier as well, the Imperial Guard did really, really well with that in the scale and size of the guns that they were wielding. Like the scale of this, and therefore the detail which you can put in, and kind of meaningful detail, rather than the claws being big and chunky and then having detail on them which was also big and chunky. You've now all of a sudden got this really, really small, slender and detailed surgical claw weapon. They're so cool. I'm going to get this one primed up and get my colour scheme on this, because this with I'm not going to spoil it if you haven't seen my Screamer Killer video yet. It might not be out when I release this one, so it won't be much later than a couple of days after we can talk about this. So I'm not going to ruin it, but it's going to look really, really cool. I'm going to build the rest of these. I'm going to build all 3. And we'll do a quick walk around on all 3 of them, but they are proper cool. What do you think? What do you guys think? I think this might be. I think it's easily my second favourite from the box. It's certainly pushing. Look at that. It's certainly pushing the Screamer Killer in terms of favourites for me. But there we go. Thank you very much, everybody, and I'll come back in a second with all 3. In fact, we'll do a finger snap. We'll do a finger snap and we'll get all 3. Ready? See if it works. I don't know whether my editing is even going to be able to be good enough for this. Here are all 3. Gonna click. Clickety-clackety. Here are all 3. All sorted. I don't know which one's my favourite. This one is quite cool. But just seeing them in person just makes them all the cooler. Now, I did try some swapping over of some of the limbs. They do swap over. They don't exactly fit, so you will need to kind of snip the pegs off and kind of just fiddle them around a little bit to make them fit. But you can kind of swap some of them around. This one, I kind of wanted this one with the slightly more outstretched claws, if you like, and you can do it, but it was a bit too much of an issue. And I wanted 3 just straight out of the box, so I can, like, when I get another 3, I can tweak the poses, if you like. But I think it's still this one. I think this one's still absolutely awesome. Brilliant. This one's the leader. As you can see, this one's like the sergeant, if you like, because he's got the horn on his head. But yeah, let me know if you get these. Let me know what you think, and if you do tag me, if you do paint any, then please tag me so that I can see some of the color schemes that are coming out on these, because these are just going to be awesome models to see painted up. And with that being said, I'm going to prime these and start painting them right now. Thanks very much, everybody. Take care. Make sure you drop me a follow. I am on Twitch pretty much 4 days a week, depending on whether there's something I can talk about on Saturday or if I'm at a tournament or something. So I'm on Twitch for 4 days a week, 3 or 4 days a week. So it's twitch.tv/Chris Frossin. And you can find me on Instagram and Twitter under the same name, @Chris Frossin. And please drop a like and a share and a subscribe on this YouTube channel. There's plenty more videos to come, including painting these bad boys as well. So thanks very much, everybody. I will see you later. Bye.